have yoga blocks, you want yoga blocks. If you have cushions, I would get cushions. If you by any chance have a handy dandy bolster, you can use that. So I doubt very much anybody has a bolster, and that's why I'm thinking 2 pillows might be a start, plus yoga blocks. So if anybody has their gorgeous ball, you might enjoy using that as well. Now again, I'll show you how to do things without the props, but if you do have the props, you get to just, you know, enjoy it a little bit more. Let's start off in a nice comfy seated position. And absolutely, I love how I'm seeing lights being turned off in your own space. Please do that, and you know, check kind of the sound level of my voice now, and you can decide if you want to turn down the volume, because you don't need me sounding all, you know, screechy and loud when you're getting all mellow, right? All right, so once you're comfy into your space, I'd like you to go through our beautiful grounding exercises. I think the one trigger to get things started is that beautiful, big, thorough inhale and cleansing exhale. Check into your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your hips, your legs, your feet. Is there anything that you need to adjust to make sure that clothes is not bugging you or anything? No body part is really screaming at you. And if it means you're better off lying down, please do so. And let's remember throughout this practice that we are not our body, right? You're an awesome spirit having a human experience. So tell that body to like, shh, quiet down. You can take inventory of how your mindset and your emotional state is. And just take note, and as the years of practice roll along, you might find that your state of mind and state of emotion might be different, hopefully for the better. Let's tune into our breath. Enjoy each breath as the inhale and exhale happens. Continue to pay attention to your breath the entire practice. Try and keep it at the forefront. And while you're doing that, can you think of sitting up taller? Feel your spine getting that relief from being maybe a little hunched over. Let your shoulders be far away from your ears, just from the heaviness of gravity. Let them stay down. And then I'm going to invite you to lean forward. Now, of course, if you lean forward with your legs crossed and your back really doesn't appreciate it, shift into maybe a different angle. Could be your legs are going to be in front of you. This is kind of comfy. Anything goes. I just want you into a forward, folding over state. So you can let your head drop. Allow all the tensions of the day to just melt away. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly push yourself up. Good. I'm going to get you to scoot both legs over to the right. Grab hold of a block and your gorgeous ball, or if you have no blocks, but you have two of your cushions. I'm going to go with the cushions, so because most of you that will recognize this movement, but you'll know how to stack up your ball, your block, is I'm going to ask you to, in this nice little Z-like position, I'm going to ask you to put a hand on each side of the pillow stack, so one on each side, and rotate your body. And if that feels okay, you're going to just snuggle down here and hang out. You can, snuggle in with the pillow. I don't know if you heard that with the mic all smushed in there. You can be here. Now that's with the pillows. Gorgeous ball and block. The gorgeous ball would go to your chest. And you can use a second block as a forehead holder. So what I like you to do is in this position, once you get all cuddly and snuggled in there, is focus on your breathing. Now, of course, those that are, my little back people who have issues with the back, I'm going to get you to readjust your legs enough that there is no tension because of the twist. Once you're settled in, focus on breathing. Feel the chest that's leaning against either a pillow or a ball. Now, I know where you have issues with twists, you can always do that. I think you just did it, where you place the ball on your side. And you're now in fetal position. I think you got that, yeah. Because you're kind of in the dark. I'm not sure if that's what you did. You're a smart cookie. Way to go. If you're looking for an example, Beth, this is because some people have trouble twisting. It could be that you put the ball on your side and you're now in fetal position and the ball is under your side ribs instead of your front ribs. So we're just spending a bit of time with quality breath while there's pressure on the rib cage and the rotation as well, if you can have the rotation. And then you resist the urge to fidget. You just stay there. Enjoy. We're going to take another 4 thorough sweet breaths. Feel the rib cage pushing against the ball. Thorough exhales. One more deep breath. Good. Slowly peeling yourself up. Just place the blocks to the side a little bit, or everything. We will stack it up from the other side in a moment. How about we just realign? I'm going to turn this way, but just bring your legs in front of you. You just legs Dandasana position. Hands back, squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other and open up that chest that was just pushed against the ball, right? Open up. And of course, if you were on your side ribs, you're still enjoying this opening up. Good. Now, let's just pause here for a good minute. So if you've got your head flipped upside down, it might not last the whole time, but find that just right position. You can move your head as much as you need to. But feel your shoulder blades drawing towards your spine. The ribs opening up with each breath and collapsing with each exhale. And It's just a little bit of lean, not too much that your wrists are screaming. Take it for 2 more deep breaths. Squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit more. Good. And slowly let our body recoil, whatever it does, let it do it, move around. And then take all your toys to the other side. Your legs are going to flip over to one side, bring all the toys, right? Rotate and place the rib cage on the ball, head on the block. Or again, I will show it for this side again. Very, very simple. Couple of pillows. If you find that 2's not enough, go steal a pillow from underneath whoever's watching TV, right? Just lay on there, snuggle in. Now it's okay if your head's turned to the side or forehead down. I just need your neck comfortable. Right, good. Enjoy the soft breaths. They're soft, but they are full. Even though something's pushing on your chest, feel the chest pushing against whatever you're on when you inhale. And this pose, with the contact to the chest and the breath work, you're actually stimulating your vagus nerve, that beautiful, big master nerve in your body that helps turn on the system that, calms things down. So your parasympathetic nervous system is on because you're paying attention to your vagus nerve through this move. See if you can amplify your breath a little bit more. It's still soft, it's still quiet, but you're making it just a little more ample. So again, we're going to be here for about 4 more breaths. Feel even your back ribs expanding. Take 1 more deep breath. Then we're going to all meet on our hands and knees and tabletop. So as you set up, you can move your stuff kind of out of the way. And once you settle into your tabletop, start to wiggle and make your body feel good. So ground on your back as if you're a bear scratching its back on the post. You're just getting in there and let your hips move and drop and rise. Let the head move. Now, if you'd like to go a little further and drop into Child's and then go to Cobra, you can do that about 4 or 5 times. If you're not interested in going to a back bend for whatever reason, you have your reasons, you can stay in the wiggle phase and dropping into Child's and moving around and maybe dropping your hips side to side. So every angle of play here is welcomed. I'm not going to call it out. We're going to spend about another minute playing with this general movement pattern. I know that it's not late in the evening, it's still fairly early, but it's always good to know that back bends are very stimulating. So, if you're doing a practice and you do a recorded one, we're doing a whole lot of back bends, you're kind of like, ooh, when it's 8 o'clock at night, I wouldn't go there too much. I wouldn't do too many back bends. Especially if you have trouble sleeping at night. All right, let's finish up the movement here. And you're going to settle into a child's pose of your liking. It could be wide-kneed, narrow-kneed, arms front, middle, or back. And settle in. Now, of course, if child's pose is really not fun for you, again, for whatever reason, I like the modified child's where, oops, my knees would be wide, and I would go into a sphinx position. And you can even have a block for your head. And there's also that, you can do hero's pose. Instead of being cocooned, you can settle on your heels, close your eyes and your hands on your thighs. And I'm going to do that on a block. Because my right leg is saying, man, not happy. So you've got options here. Let's take a moment. Again, spending time focusing all on our breath, letting the body find stillness. Stillness is where the body repairs itself, restores and rejuvenates. Let's give it time to do that. You're going to take another 4 breaths here. One more. Now coming out of child's pose, I'd like the backs of our legs to stretch. So you have the choice between going to downward facing dog or just play with lengthening one leg at a time. So you choose. I'm going to do the down dog because I know my legs love this. Move your legs around either on all fours or move them around during your dog. Beautiful. Let's come back to our tabletop and then come back to child's, but a rotated child. So you have choice here. You have so many choices today, always. So you can go into child's and walk both hands into on one side of the mat and then drop down and get a stretch in your side. Now that's one option. The other option is in your child, you can get into a very close huddled rotation or even a thread the needle. So both hands to the side, you'll have a tendency to get a good stretch in your lats and less of a rotation in the spine. If you know that you need a little help with rotation of the spine, especially the thoracic spine, go into your thread the needle. And it might be that you just need to snuggle in. Let's do another 4 breaths. One more breath. Once again, we are going to give space for our knees. You choose. Tabletop and lengthen a leg at a time, or downward facing dog. Enjoy the movement that feels good to release those tensions. And then we come back to tabletop and we're going to reach our hands to the other side. I'm going to face this way this time. So you can take your hands way over to the side, drop yourself down and let the pull happen. Or snuggle in, bring the head down, one arm rotated, or make it further, go into thread the needle and be a little higher up off your bum, off your heels. So choose what works for you. And settle in. Don't force it, right? Be there. Let time, open the doors. Look good. I'm going to join you. Maybe another 2 breaths. And then bit by bit, again, the choice to lengthen those knees, downward facing dog, or one leg by, back at a time. And perhaps you're down dog. If you are in dog, you're able to find some stillness, some stability, some strength. Beautiful. Come down to your hands and knees, wiggle around, and we are going to shift onto our backs. Now, hopefully your pillows or blocks are close by, because we will be doing a supported fish in a short while. But right now, let's roll down nice and gently. Keep control all the way down. Once you are down, just pause. Good. We're going to give our hips a little bit of a stretch. So you're going to first bring the right knee into the chest. Both knees are bent right now. Right. Take a couple breaths here. And let's let the leg roam around, testing the, the quality of our hip socket, right? Where the thigh comes into the pelvis. Move around. Now, there are certain angles you might want to let the leg kind of wander off on its own. The leg can go touch the ground. It can glide along the ground, and then come back up. It can cross over the other way. So, play. Bend the leg, extend it, open it, close it, lengthen it, lift it. All kinds of stuff. Support it when it needs to be supported. Try some internal rotation every so often. Like also take a peek. Most of the time when we move our leg, we kind of go to the outside. But how about you do stuff that you turn to the inside? And maybe move the leg out of the way, put the foot down and rotate that knee in, right? So you'll also remember to do the internal rotation style. And let's stop that leg from playing and bring the other knee into the chest and pause. And when you're ready, start to wander. Of course, the automatic is wander out to the easy side, opening. But think of turning that leg in, maybe trying to cross and lengthen. There's even, put your foot far away and let the knee drop. Oh, yeah. He's got a spinal adjustment from that one. Pop. It's not a bad thing. A few more moments here. Enjoy. Go into those nooks that you're not used to. Good. And then you're going to just simply realign so that you're on your back. And I'm going to encourage you to lift both knees and feet up. And it's going to be a 90-degree angle as if you're like on a chair that fell backwards. So your feet are not going to the ceiling. Your feet are actually going to the wall ahead of you. Shins are parallel to the floor. Okay, better. Now both hands up. Place both hands right on top of your thighs, right pointing up by your knees. So high-fiving close to your knees. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is keep the right hand where it is. Tuck the left hand underneath the knee so it's in the knee pit. The right knee is going to try to hit your face, and that right hand is going to block it. Your left leg is going to try to escape, and the hand's going to stop it. So I call this a counter push. So take a deep breath. Exhale and start pushing marathon style. The knee's trying to hit your face, but your hand is in the way. It's holding it back. Your left leg's trying to escape away and hit the wall in front of you. And the hand is holding it back. Now there's contraction, there is effort, and you're going to start to feel your legs get weak and wobbly and wanting to stop, but I'm going to ask you to re-engage, stay with it, constant. No one wins. Everything stays blocked. They're both, each are powerful, arms and legs. 3, 2, 1. Pause, let your legs go. Let them lengthen, shake it out. And let's start over. Slip the feet in, lift the knees, reset like a chair, both hands on the thighs. Now the right hand slips underneath, the left hand stays where it is. Left knee tries to hit the face, right leg tries to escape. Let's go. Let's get this battle going. This is absolutely therapeutic for the joint of where the sacrum meets up with the spine, your SI joint. Keep pushing, keep holding, keep trying to escape, right? Press. You try and keep it a constant effort. 3, 2, and 1. Let go of the legs, let them shake out. Now, we're at pretty much the end of our practice of moving a bit. I'm going to invite you, maybe instead of going into Shavasana, maybe you're thinking, no way, I'm going to go to Shavasana. Instead of going to Shavasana, and you only have pillows, you do a supported fish, which opens up the chest beautifully. Here. That's with pillows. Of course, you can set up blocks or a bolster. Right? You're using blocks. One block on its length is going along your spine from the ribs up. And the other block is supporting your head. And it could be high, medium, or low. The big thing is that your chest gets to open up. Your arms are in a position that they might not spend a lot of time during the day. Most of the time they're forward. I know we all love Shavasana, but try this. And unless, you're like, no, that really bothers my back, go to Shavasana. Maybe tonight we end and take a little bit of time here. And even after we're done with our class together, you just continue with this. Now, if you really don't, maybe like you're trying to set up and you're just not finding a comfortable spot, we can have a conversation at another time about how to set up the blocks. If it's just not working for you, go into Shavasana. But this is so yummy. Just enjoy breathing. For the next 4 or 5 breaths, go ahead and make them ample and, full. Like you're really enjoying breathing. And then you'll let it go and let the breath breathe itself. I'm glad that you practiced yoga with me today, this evening. Enjoy the rest of the quiet part of this practice. Namaste.